Hello YouTube viewers, this is Collector 513 again with another collection video of my collection. This video will be a collection video of my first person shooter slash shooter games. This is not aerial combat games, and they were not included in this. Games like Nuclear Strike, Ace Combat games. Yeah, those are not included. Anything with a helicopter, airplane is not included. I don't consider those aerial, shooters. They're aerial shooters. Anything with the reticule on the screen, the target, um, like a rail type shooter, or any games like R-Type Delta, Galaga, Asteroids, Iron Hander, games like that. Let's get started. Oh yeah, this is in alphabetical order, by the way. Let's get started. First game, I'm going to show the backs of these just in case you're wondering how is this a shooter. Asteroids for PS1. No, all of my PS1 shooters first. As you can see, you're shooting asteroids with a target on the screen. Crypt Killer. A real arcade shooting game. As you can see, there you go with the gun right there. It's 100% shooter for you. Delta Force Urban Warfare. This was a first-person shooter. Ian Hander. My favorite shooter of all time. I love it. Love this game. Galaga, Destination Earth. Hexen. This is a first-person shooter. Invasion from Beyond. Kingsfield. This isn't a shooter because you don't use guns, but it is first person. This video is of my first person video games. Machine Hunter. A shooter. Machine Head. You see the target reticule on the screen. Medal of Honor. The very first one. First person. Medal of Honor Underground. Another first person shooting game. This is first person shooting as well. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. I do have a Rogue Speeder, but I have it doesn't have a case to it. I only like to show games I have cases to, so yeah. I'm still in the process of restoring that. Resident Evil Survivor. This is a shooting game. I wasn't too much of a fan of this because I just came from Resident Evil 1 through 3 and I didn't like it. I felt it was different. Shooter, Starfighter, Sandman. And last but not least, for PS1 shooters, Tom Crisis. Okay, now let's move on to my PS2 shooters. .007 Agent Under Fire. First person shooter. Everyone is very familiar with the 007 games. So you know what? I'm not going to show the backs of these. Because everyone's familiar with these. 007 Nightfire. Everybody knows these are first person shooters. Except 3 of them. GoldenEye Rogue Agent. It's another first person shooter. 13. Battlefield 2 Modern Combat. Call of Duty Finest Hour. Call of Duty 2 Big Red One. Call of Duty 3. Call of Duty World at War Final Front. Dark Watch. For those who don't know about this game, there you go. Killer 7. Killzone. Maze Griffin Bounty Hunter. I'm sure a lot of people don't know about this. Medal of Honor Frontline. This is my favorite Medal of Honor out of all of them. Everyone knows Medal of Honor, although in a more first person. Medal of Honor Rising Sun. Medal of Honor European Assault. Medal of Honor Vanguard. Project Snowblind. I know a lot of people may not have heard of this. R-Type Final. Raiden 3. Red Faction. Red Faction 2. Resident Evil Dead Aim. I don't know why I included this, because this is not a full first-person game. It only goes into first person when you battle. It's the same as Resident Evil Gaten. Gaten was like that. So where it was third person, you could see your player, but as soon as you engage combat, it goes into first person. Returns to Guts of Wolfenstein. Operation Resurrection. Silent Scope. For those who don't know what this is, it is an arcade sniping game. It is really fun but challenging. Super challenging. Silent Scope 2. Silent Scope 3. Feed. I love the Star Wars shooting games. These are really fun. Star Wars Starfighter. Star Wars Jedi Starfighter. Time Splitters. And last for PS2 shooting games, Time Splitters 2. Okay, now we'll show my PS3 shooting game. Clive Barker's Jericho. Dead Island. Dead Island Riptide. Dishonored. Far Cry 3. Fear. Haze. In case no one has heard of this. Killzone 2. Killzone 3. Medal of Honor Airborne. Medal of Honor. This one has Medal of Honor Frontline on it as well. Medal of Honor Warfighter. Resident Evil Chronicles HD Collection. Resistance Fall of Man. Wow, I just noticed I went the wrong... I'm upset. I went to the wrong stack first. I'm sorry, you all. Resistance 2. This was supposed to be the second stack of PS3 games. The first one is A through C. Darkness. The Darkness. The Darkness 2. I apologize, you all. I'm about to... now I'll show, but yeah. I'm sorry. AMC The Walking Dead. Survival Instinct. For those who've never seen or heard of this, well, there you go. It is first person, by the way. There is a little gun right there. It was a really fun game. Bad Company, Battlefield. Or Battlefield by Company. Battlefield Bad Company 2. Battlefield 3. Battlefield 4. Battlefield Hardline. The last Battlefield released on the PS3. BioShock. BioShock 2. BioShock Infinite. Black Site, Area 51. For those who've never heard of this game or don't know about it, it is first person. Call of Duty 3. I'm still working on my Call of Duty collection, actually. Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare. I'm only missing 3 games to complete the collection. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Call of Duty World at War. And last but not least, for the PS3 shooters, Call of Duty Black Ops. Now, actually, I forgot to show a PS2 game and a 2 PS1 games, so I will show those now. Okay, I will start with the PS1. 2 games that I forgot to show earlier. Descent. This is the shooter. For those who don't know about Descent, you are sitting inside of a machine gunning away at things. And the other one, Total Eclipse Turbo. This is a shooter as well. And the PS2 game I forgot to show. Silent Hill Shattered Memories. This is the first person. This is the only Silent Hill that's first person. Now I will show my PS4 first person shooting games. Alien Isolation. This was really fun and scary. Cyberpunk. Dying Light. Far Cry 4. Far Cry Primal. Far Cry 5. Far Cry New Dawn. Soma. And for those who don't know about this, they don't really show much, but this is first person as well. For those who don't know about it. And this is the only Resident Evil besides 8. It's the first person. Resident Evil 7. Biohazard. I grew up on Resident Evil, played them all. Beat them all. And this one, wow, it was first person. Threw me off. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard Deluxe Edition. If you are a Resident Evil fan, please check out my Resident Evil collection video. I will have a lot more Resident Evil games by the end, man. Definitely, I'm planning on buying the PC and 360 and Xbox One Resident Evil games. I'm trying to go for a full North American complete collection. Resident Evil, every console, every handheld, yeah, I love Resident Evil. Resident Evil Biohazard Gold Edition. Sorry for running my mouth, but I love Resident Evil. Resident Evil Village. Resident Evil Village Deluxe Edition. And last but not least, for PS4 shooters, or excuse me, first person or shooting game, but this is a first person game. Visage. Now I will show my PSP first person shooters. I don't have many. Medal of Honor Heroes. And Medal of Honor Heroes 2. These are the only two I have for PSP. Now I will show my PS5 shooters or first person games. This year is considered a first person shooter. Far Cry 6. And last but not least, this isn't a first person shooter but a first person video game. I don't know how to say her name. Ikai? I don't know. Ikai. Yeah, these are, this is what it looks like. It's a horror game. But it's not that scary. So now I will share my Nintendo shooters. We're now in the world of Nintendo. We're done with Sony. Now Nintendo. First game is Defender 2. Me and my dad used to play this together all the time when I was little. Galaga. Demons of Earth. And last for Nintendo, Gears. I only have one shooter for Super Nintendo. That is Star Fox. Okay, now as we move on to N64. I only have a few for N64. GoldenEye 007. Perfect Dark. This box has seen better days. Star Fox 64. Star Wars Rogue Squadron. And last but not least, for N64, Turok 2, Seeds of Evil. Now I will show my GameCube shooters. I only have a couple. 007 Agent Under Fire. And last but not least, I absolutely love this game. I still go back and play it. Ikaruga. Man, you know what? The price spiked on this a few times and went back down a lot. Another game that was like that was Fatal Frame. Fatal Frame used to be real high in price, but it went down. And now it's back low again. You know, went up, went down, went up, went down. It's just literally same with Ikaruga. Ikaruga was considered a very hard to get a game, but now it's very common in price. So I'm done with my GameCube. Now my Wii shooters and first person. Dead Space Extraction. I know a lot of people know about Dead Space, but not a lot of people know about this one. Ju-On, The Grudge, Haunted House Simulator. Red Steel. Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles. That's not happening. That's not happening. Resident Evil The Dark Side Chronicles. Silent Hill Shattered Memories. This is the last Wii first person / shooting game. The only first person game I have for the Wii U is Zombie U. Only one. The one I have. Now, I'm done with the Nintendo. Now, let's move on to Xbox. I have first-person shooting games on Xbox or 360 and the OG Xbox. Starting with Doom 3. This is the only Doom game I have. A lot of people love Doom. I'm not one of them. Sorry, I'm not a big fan. I'm a big fan of Doom. GoldenEye, Rogue Agent. That's why I don't have many Doom games. Halo 2. Medal of Honor, Frontline. Paria. I know a lot of people may not have heard of this. Unreal Championship. Unreal Championship 2. Not even gonna try to say that word. Unreal 2, The Awakening. The last Xbox OG first person shooting game. Now I will share my 360 shooting games. BioShock 1. BioShock 2. Call of Duty 2. Call of Duty 3. Condemned, Criminal Origins. Condemned 2, Bloodshot. Fallout 3. Far Cry, Predator Instincts, the very first one. Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead 2. Legendary. A lot of people don't know about this. This is what it looks like. Medal of Honor Airborne. This is a sequel to Perfect Dark on N64. Perfect Dark Zero. Peter Jackson's King Kong. The official game of the movie. Prey. A lot of people may not be familiar with Prey. Rise of Nightmares. This was for the Kinect. This was a shooting, just like an arcade shooter. The Gunstringer. This was also for the Kinect. I'll show you what this looks like for those who've never seen it or played it or have heard of it. It's a really fun game. Very fun. The Orange Box. And I included this because it has Half-Life 2 on it, which is a first-person shooter. And last but not least, for Xbox 360, Time Shift. Okay, done with the 360. Now, last company is Sega. Sega. I have no shooters for the Sega Genesis, so my next will be Sega CD. Sega CD, it is. No, I do apologize in advance. Some of these are horrendous. You gotta understand, I had these when I was a kid. My mom bought these for me from Johnny Toys when I was a kid in the 90s. So, excuse me for the way they may look. This is a double pack, but this game here, Microcosm, is a shooting game. Sewer Shark. I don't know what this is, ink. I don't know how that got on the case. And this whole entire front part of this case is missing. Cellar fire. I have to buy a replacement for it. And last but not least, this is literally one of the worst games I've ever played in my entire life. Supreme Warrior. And it's crazy because it came with 2 discs. This is how it looks. It's first person. Try to get this open. One hand. There we go. Yay. There to show you guys. Yeah. Supreme Warriors. And with two discs in here. Fire and Earth. Another one I think is like Water and Wind or something. I never even made it past first disc. Never even made it past the first fight. Because, games back then like this, full FMV games, full motion videos, they just could not keep up with the button input. The same thing with Power Rangers. Power Rangers is like that. Forever played Power Rangers on the Sega CD, man, it was just like that. I swear you press the button and they don't even do anything. You just sitting there getting whooped. Well, my next is Sega Saturn games. A few of these. Panzer Dragoon. Virtual Cop. So crazy. Me and my dad beat that together, and then me and my son beat it together. Virtual Cop 2. And this is the last Sega Saturn game. Now, as we went to the Sega Dreamcast, I only have a couple of shooters. This here is a third and first person shooting game. I actually looked it up on Wikipedia and watched a video of it. It's for those who've never heard of it or know nothing about it. And you can switch between first and third. Out trigger. And last game of the entire first person / shooting game collection is The House of the Dead 2 on the Sega Dreamcast. Everyone knows about The House of the Dead. One of the best rail shooters out there, honestly. Well, that is all of my shooting games I have. My entire collection. How about below in the comments, you let me know what is your favorite shooter. Mine is Hander. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I think it's German. Hander for the PS1. I love it. That is an amazing game. It will never get old. One thing about shooters, they never age. Like Raiden and R-Types, those games never age. They will always look amazing. I love shooters. Grew up on them. Played them all my life. I remember playing R-Types on Super Nintendo. I remember. It was an amazing experience. So how about below in the comments, let me know what is your favorite shooting game. Whether it's a shooter, a rail shooter, or first person game. Let me know in the comments below. I enjoyed showing you guys my collection again. I enjoyed it so much. I will definitely share a lot more in my collection. I have a lot of things to show off in other videos. And please, for newer viewers and newer subscribers, go back to my old videos that I did when I, stayed in my old place, my other place, before things got bad. I still have those games. I still have those movies. I never got rid of anything. I just added to the collection. I am waiting till a certain point to do a PS1, 2, 3, PSP, and a Vita, and a PS4, PS5 video. I am waiting. I know people really want to see, I have a lot of PS2 games. A lot. And the video I shot was over an hour. I don't think anyone has the time to sit there and watch an hour-long video of someone's video games. So, yeah. But thank you guys once again. Thank you. Please like, subscribe to the video, to my channel. Thank you. Collector 513 out.